girls, good morning and welcome to a very cozy day in the life. I have just gotten home from my workout class and it is dark and gloomy. I will turn you around here in a second. It is feeling very September over here, and I've been sharing on Instagram and in last week's video that I definitely have caught the burr bug. I shared in a post yesterday inside Living Well in my membership site, like I've caught the burr bug. I'm planning my fall bake with me. I will share the post here, and I showed all of the fall recipes. To be honest with you, this isn't even half of them, but this is what's currently already inside Living Well when it comes to fall recipes, and I'm planning so many more. And fall sports are off to the races this upcoming weekend, like tomorrow and the next day. We have 4, potentially 5 soccer games in a matter of 48 hours and practice nearly every single night. So I had the idea of Sheet Pan September. So if you're not in Living Well, join today, join when you're watching this video, or after. If you're seeing this later, you can still join and participate in Sheet Pan September because our recipes are evergreen. They are in the membership site forever and ever, and there are thousands of them in there. But Sheet Pan September is coming in 2 days. So I've been recipe testing like crazy, and wait until you see. I will put the list of recipes here on the screen. Wait until you see the easy, nutrient-dense, and stress-free sheet pan dinners that are coming to the membership site on the 14th of September. I am so giddy and I'm so excited. So for today's video, this cozy day in the life, I was just getting home from workout and finishing up some stuff on the back end to make sure that the photos are done and taken. I don't take the pictures for the membership site. Spoiler alert, I'm a nutritionist, I'm a content creator, but I am not a professional photographer. So the photos on the membership site, hence why they're so beautiful, because we leave that to the professionals. So everything was done with the photographs and recipes while I drank down one of my clean, simple eats protein smoothies. Now I'm going to hop into the shower, but I wanted to share with you today all of the things I'm doing to make the house feel cozy, to make our food feel extra cozy. It's rainy, it's gloomy, it's September. I've caught the burr bug, so we're bringing in all of the cozy vibes. I'm not quite decorating yet for fall. Next week, actually, that might be coming next week. So the next video you see after this might be my fall decorate with me. So anywho, we're just prepping the house a little bit, right? We're prepping it a little bit to make it feel cozy. It's a cozy day at home. We're gonna be making cozy beverages, prepping our produce, going through some of the kids' clothes, because as you can see, I have 2 full hampers of clothing that needs to be folded, and I need to kind of pull out some of the kids' sweaters and make sure those are front and center because the mornings have been chilly lately. So I hope that you girls are excited for today's video. And honestly, I was just replying to some comments on the video I posted yesterday, which was 5 ways to naturally boost your hormone health in the fall season. And I was just replying to some of your comments, and girls, like I've been doing YouTube now for 6 years, which is crazy. I am always so grateful for this community, but the more and more I put out the content that really makes sense, like sure, I could put out some videos that would definitely garner more clicks and more views, but that's not what we're about here. That's not what the channel is about. Like, I'm not into the clickbait. I'm not into just sitting down and doing Amazon reviews of clothing, and obviously that performs really well here on YouTube, but I'm here to help women nourish their bodies and heal their hormones naturally. So when I put out a video that's so much in alignment with that, to nourish their bodies and heal their hormones naturally, and do so in a lifestyle way, because obviously as nutritionists, like food and supplementation, but when it comes to our lifestyle, that's also important. The way that we heal our nervous system, the way that we use essential oils, the way that we clean our homes, and we do it in tandem with these healing tips and tricks, like it is a holistic approach to hormone health. And so when I put out a video like that and I see the response from you girls, like I just know that we are so in alignment with what we're supposed to be doing here. Like it makes me even more excited 6 years in to put out the content that I know will help people. And so I'm so grateful for you and your comments last week and for you tuning in and being here today. So we're going to shower and then get dressed and get on with this very cozy day. I'm sure many of you have heard of the cranberry flush, especially if you're on TikTok. I feel like the cranberry flush is really making a comeback. I feel like at the end of 2024, the cranberry flush has like the same marketing team that castor oil had in 2023, which I am all on board with castor oil and the cranberry. But with all of the attention around the cranberry, I kind of wanted to talk it through with you girls and let you know the benefits of drinking cranberry juice mixed with water. I am adding rosemary for medicinal properties because it is anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antimicrobial. It's incredible for our gut health, similarly to cranberry juice, and it makes it taste really delicious. So the cranberry flush is kind of exactly what it sounds, where you drink cranberry juice mixed with water, and it has to be 100% cranberry juice, which, if you know cranberry juice, it is not naturally sweet or all that enjoyable to drink. It is extremely tart and sour. Many people, myself included, kind of grow to enjoy the taste. I love it in a spritzer. I love that kind of sour and bitterness that it has, and add these sprigs of rosemary. Find it a bit more of an enjoyable experience. So the whole method with cranberry flush is that it is essentially known to be a fat flush. But if we kind of zoom in a little bit, I want to talk with you about why it's known as a fat flush, and that's because the anthocyanins and the polyphenols inside cranberry juice work with our lymphatic system. The lymphatic system depends on our breathing and our movement to drain and to flush. Times that lymphatic system can get bogged down. That's why things like castor oil, using castor oil packs, putting castor oil on can actually reduce the appearance of cellulite by rubbing that on. This in between the skin and the fascia there, it can really work with the fascia tissue and the lymphatic system to bring blood flow and to flush and move things along. So kind of like castor oil, and in addition to that, I've also shown coriander seed water and how using coriander seed water can absolutely help to flush out the lymphatic system. So the whole fat flush that is associated and synonymous with cranberry juice is actually a lymphatic push, which I am all about. A stagnant lymphatic system can absolutely increase our risk for disease. It can slow down our metabolism like a lot, and it can actually impair our immune system. So I love the rage around cranberry juice, and I'm here for it. I just kind of wanted to bring some science to the topic because you girls in this community are so smart and you are well aware of the benefits of eating healthy foods and moving your body. But you're like me, right? Like, we want to know the science behind things, because when we know the science and we can understand it at a systemic level, we're more likely to stick to something. So that's why I kind of wanted to talk about this in a little bit more detail. So the dark pigment in cranberry juice is because it is a rich source of antioxidants. It's an amazing source of vitamin C, which is incredible for our immune system. And the reason why it works so beautifully with the lymphatic system is cranberry juice is an emulsant. And what this does is it actually goes in and helps to break up fatty tissue that can get clogged and congested in our lymphatic system. I am somebody who naturally has a sluggish lymphatic system. I've also talked about my son before, how oftentimes I will notice here, right in his neck area, he will get congested lymph nodes as well. And whenever he's battling a bug and his body hasn't quite kicked it out, he will swell up here in the lymph nodes. So I know all about lymphatic health. I have a ton of supplements and nutrients and things that I use in our home to keep my lymphatic system moving, because my lymphatic system loves to hold on to excess liquid and excess fat. It's just something I'm prone to. It's absolutely in my genetics, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a fighting chance. And that doesn't mean that we can't use all of these beautiful resources to help our body out. So if we can break up that congestion by drinking cranberry juice every day, I'm gonna say sign me up. So I'm gonna show you girls what you can do to kind of make this cranberry juice at home. It's perfect. We're moving into fall. We're getting that dark, rich pigment. It's kind of like a take on a spritzer. Don't you worry. I will be making a beautiful cranberry spritzer again for us. I made one last year as well, but I will be making one here in a few weeks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use 1 cup 100% pure cranberry juice. Let me get the bottle of the one I grabbed. The only ingredient is 100 organic cranberry juice. That's it. And I like to mix it with 32 ounces of water. You could do it with 24 ounces. It's absolutely your preference. But I like to mix it with 32 ounces and then I drink it in one singular day. I know, it seems like a lot of liquid, but think about it. I mean, we're drinking hopefully at least 80 ounces of water every day. So if 32 or 24 ounces of it is this cranberry, again, the 1 cup stays the same, whether it's gonna be 24 ounces or 32 ounces. I just like to do 32 ounces. I find it enjoyable. I also find that it helps me get my supplements down a lot easier and faster. When I'm taking my beef organs, like, there's just no way around it. They absolutely taste horrendous, and many of the supplements I take taste really terrible. And so I'll do it with like a sparkling water. But when you do it with like a spritzer or this cranberry water with rosemary, it helps make it more palatable. So I'm just going to use probably like 2 sprigs of pretty large sprigs actually. This is one massive one together. It smells so good. 1 extra large sprig here in the pitcher. I'll add the cranberry juice, then we'll fill the rest up with water, and then you just keep it in your fridge and you drink it throughout the day. Now, here's my professional opinion on this, and this is where I feel like sometimes on TikTok things can go awry. My professional opinion is if you do this, you should do it for 7 days and then take a little bit of a time off. Like I would do 7 days on and then maybe 10 days off. 7 days on, 10 days off. This will absolutely start to alter some of your gut microbiome in a good way. It's going to make it more challenging for bad bacteria to colonize and to thrive in your digestive tract when you're drinking cranberry juice. But there can be some GI discomfort that comes with bringing in this 1 cup of cranberry juice every single day. So see how you feel. This is the beauty of bio-individual nutrition, is that each of us are different and each of our needs are different. So if you're feeling extreme discomfort, go down to half a cup, right? Go down to 1/4 of a cup. And from there, you could maybe do every other day drinking the cranberry juice. But I would say do 7 days. And after 7 days, and again, this video is for educational purposes only. Please do not take this as medical advice. But then after 7 days, I would say give your body a little bit of a break, because it doesn't need to be an always on situation. Like anything, there can absolutely be too much of a good thing. And sometimes when I see some of the girlies on TikTok doing this, I'm like, oh no, sister, like that's too much. Like it's too much of a good thing at that point. So I would say if you're somebody who generally has a pretty solid digestive system, you probably could handle 7 days in a row of this and then take a little break. Take 2 weeks off, take 10 days off, and then maybe do 3 days and then take a little bit of time off and do a couple more days. See how you feel, but it's definitely a really great tool and something that I thoroughly enjoy. And I am excited to see, just the awareness around cranberry juice and how it can alter our gut microbiome in a positive way. I mean, we know that cranberry juice has been used for decades. I mean, since the beginning of time, cranberry juice has been used for UTIs and for shifting vaginal microbiome, and that is very real. But what that does, obviously, to shift that microbiome, whether it be in the vaginal canal or whether that be in the bladder or the kidneys, well, it has to go through the digestive tract first. So it's obviously shifting the microbiome in there. We see how that works, right? It's going to shift your oral microbiome. It's going to shift the microbiome going down through the esophagus, obviously in the gut, in the stomach, in the small intestine, in the large intestine, in the kidneys. And so all of these things work cohesively together, but we want to just be conscientious and see how we feel. But I definitely think that this is something that might be worth trying, especially if you do feel like you have that sluggish lymphatic system. Maybe coming out of the summer, we've been enjoying a little bit too many cocktails by the pool or margaritas on nights out with our best girlfriends, which there's no harm in that, but this would be a really great opportunity to help get your body back on track. This diffuser blend with the black spruce, OMG. I have always loved the Northern Lights black spruce from Young Living, but I was freshly out of it and I didn't need any additional oil, so I didn't want to just order one of the Northern Lights black spruce. I will place like a huge Young Living order soon because I'll need Christmas spirit. I'm going to need clove. I'm going to need more cinnamon, so I will need more Northern Lights black spruce. But I have to say, the plant therapy one, it has a really good output. So I am thoroughly impressed, but I had to share with you girls because the autumn read has officially arrived and I have just cracked into it. We are 15 pages in, and after so much research and so many rabbit holes on book talk, I'm down the whole book talk rabbit hole. I officially came to the conclusion that I absolutely had to read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And I mean, the author's name is Lori Gilmore. I don't know if this is a stage name or if this is her real name, but either way, I am here for it. So I'm 15 pages in. As soon as it got here, I ripped it open. I was like, I'm so excited. So you girls gave me so many incredible recommendations, but I really needed like a Hallmark Christmas vibe, but make it fall. I needed it to be like the most fall vibe that you could quite possibly get. And from the cover alone, I would value to say that we have absolutely accomplished that from the cover alone. And then the next one, there's another one in the series, maybe the Cinnamon Spice Cafe or Cinnabon Cafe. I don't know. I know that there's a holiday one after this. So I was like, okay, they've got me. I have to do it. So I was down Book Talk. Everybody said that they read it in like 5 days or 3 days, that they read it really quickly. I don't have a chance right now to read during the day, so I'm quite simply reading before bed. And by the time, I think I said this in the summer, but by the time I've had my magnesium, I've done my navel oiling, I'm like out, completely gone. But what I've been doing is I've been waiting like 5 or 10 minutes and then putting in my navel oiling. But I like to do it early enough so that when I lay, because I am a side sleeper, I'm actually a stomach sleeper, but that's a whole nother video and a whole nother story. But I start on my side, and most of the time wake up on my stomach, but I start on my side. So I try to make sure that it has enough time to soak into my belly button. So I try to put the navel oiling in early enough that I can accomplish that. So I put that in, I'm like a few minutes into reading, I put the navel oiling in, I read a little bit more, but then I'm lights out. Like I can barely make it through 10 or 15, 20 pages because I'm so exhausted. Because my body is just so ready for bed by that time. But I am going to try my best tonight to make it through like another 15 pages. If I make it through 15 or 20 pages a night, I will be so happy. I will have it done in no time. So I'm happy with that pace. Some of my summer reads, I was getting through them in like 4 or 5 days because the kids were home, and when they were doing their reading during the day, I was having them play while I was doing cleaning and breakfast cleanup and lunch cleanup. So when they were doing their 20 to 30 minutes of reading, I was doing my 20 to 30 minutes of reading. So I was getting through books so fast this summer that it was wild. Now that I'm working during the day and I know I need to spend that time working to make up for lost time during the summer, I am just setting aside that time before bed. So I will have this linked for you in the description box down below, as well as my red light that I use that I clip on my book at night to read so that it doesn't disrupt our circadian rhythm. If anything, it helps get me to sleep faster, which isn't always ideal when I'm trying to make it through these books, but it definitely helps me unwind and fall asleep and not be disrupted by any potential blue light. So when we're talking a cozy day at home, and you've got your diffuser blend going, you've got your tea, and you've got your fall read, and maybe you had 10 minutes. I had already eaten lunch. Otherwise, I would have absolutely done some reading while I was eating. That just dawned on me right now, actually. I probably will get some more reading in during the day when I take a break for lunch, because I'm not eating my lunch in front of screens, right? We're being really intentional with how much food we're eating, how quickly we're eating our foods, how we're chewing our foods, how we're digesting our foods. So reading during lunch, because I'm eating lunch alone. Kaya most of the time is on work calls. So that's actually a little pocket of time that I might have to do a bit more reading during the day. But nothing screams cozy day at home more than having a cup of tea, having a diffuser blend going, maybe even reading earlier in the day with your protein coffee and doing it with your beautiful fall read. Like, sign me up. My makeup brushes definitely need a little bit of a clean, and so I have shared this recipe in a video before, my makeup brush cleaner, but it's just hot water and dish soap. But the hack, girls, is that you use a little strainer, so I'm just soaking them, and then you use a little strainer like this, and you go like that, my friends, and it gets all of the makeup off so seamlessly. Like, truly, it makes your brushes spick and span in no time flat. I shared this on Instagram and in a video I did a few months ago. I will have that linked for you down below, but it's the exact same thing that I'm doing right now. So I just kind of swoosh it all around, and then I have a microfiber cloth here. We'll just lay them out on the microfiber cloth. But I swear to you, I used to dread cleaning my makeup brushes until I came up with this little hack. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I no longer dread this experience because it happens so quickly. Like, it literally cleans them in no time flat. So I will be so grateful for myself tomorrow when I wake up and I go to do my makeup with fresh, clean makeup brushes. So I'm kind of craving comfort food. Also, I mean, this right here makes me want to empty all of my little drawers and clean them all, but I don't think we have enough time because the kids are going to be getting off the bus here in like 30 minutes. But I am kind of craving comfort food, and it's gotten warm out. Like, all of a sudden it's sunny and warm. I think I might change. I'm not sure you girls have ever seen me in blue denim before. Has this ever happened in the history of my YouTube channel? I'm not sure. I'm already seeing questions over on Instagram for a link to my belt. It's from Aritzia last year, but they do have a new version this year. So I will have it linked down below. I will also have my jeans and my sweater that I'm wearing right now linked down below because they are newer from Abercrombie. So I'll have this link down below. But it's gotten warm out, so I think I'm gonna change, and I'm craving some comfort food. So I think I might do grass-fed burgers and homemade french fries for dinner. That sounds really good with like a dill salad. So like a dill salad on the side, some pickles and some french fries and grass-fed burgers. So it does look warm and sunny. So by the time I need to walk to the bus, I'm sure it will be actually warm. So I think I'm gonna get changed, hop out of this, softer clothes. I guess at the end of the day, I just wanna be in softer clothes for when the kids get home and I'm like running from side to side to side of the house nonstop. At least I will be in soft clothes. So let's go ahead and get changed and then maybe wash up our potatoes and start chopping those to make our homemade french fries. for the oven to preheat, these are the burgers that we're doing. Now, you all know how much I love 100% grass-fed Wagyu beef burgers from Costco, but I haven't had a chance to get over to Costco in over a week and a half, and we are freshly out. So the only ingredient in these ones from Whole Foods is just organic beef. So we have 100% grass-fed beef burgers. There's 4 of them here. And then I grabbed these Dave's Killer Bread. I probably won't have mine on the bun because I'm going to do a few French fries. I'll probably just have my burger over top of salad. But I also love those Rudy's sourdough, but Whole Foods was out. So I just grabbed these ones because that's what they had. I'm gonna make like a quick dill salad, have some pickles on the side for the kids with the salad, and then the burger, super comforting, but at the same time made with wholesome ingredients for dinner. Okay, so I just realized I wasn't recording. So I put fresh ginger and I put jalapeno in here. And then I'm going to add the lemon, which is absolutely delicious. We're gonna add that in there. Do a little bit of fresh lemon juice, muddle all of this together. This is going to be such a yummy and delicious spritzer. I normally do it a little bit more aesthetic, girls, but I'm throwing this together quickly on a whim before soccer practice. So nourishing and so filling in the best way possible. Like, I can't describe it to you. It was that comfort food, but at the same time, I feel light. I don't feel like I overate. I just feel so good. And that spritzer, that was on a whim, and boy, oh boy, that was delicious. So I will have the spritzer recipe for you girls in the description box down below. Meanwhile, I just came upstairs to hop in the shower and get ready for bed, and our makeup brushes are looking amazing. They look so good. So as I'm getting ready to hop into the shower, I have 2 things pulled out that I have been using pretty much nonstop since end of April. For this one, I have been using my Bon Charge red light mask at least 3 times per week, if not upwards to 5 or 6 times per week. So at first, when I got the red light mask, I was just using it at night, as I'm about to now. When I get out of the shower with clean skin, as I'm putting on my DIY skin smoothing body oil. I will have the recipe video linked for you in the description box down below. I keep remaking this on like an every 2 to 3 week basis. I don't know if I will ever stop making the skin smoothing oil. Girls, it's helping with the tone of my thighs and just the bumps and all of the things that come in our 40s, and just as being a woman, I swear, this DIY oil blend, chef's kiss. So as I'm putting this on, I, at that time, will pop on my red light mask. But on like 2 or 3 nights per week, I also was taking my mask and laying it on my stomach in bed to help with skin tightening, toning, and texture. And oh my gosh. So during all of that time, I also have gotten the chest and neck mask from Bon Charge, which I'm so excited and so grateful to be a partner of Bon Charge, because I have been absolutely loving this. I kept putting it back in the box and trying to make it look good as new to share with you girls, but I have been using this at least 3, if not 5 times per week, because as I was saying to you, at night when I'm doing my oil, I'll pop these on. But the real hack is I'm also, when I wake up in the morning, because I wake up so early, and I mentioned this in last week's video or the video before about getting the sunlight indirectly into our eyes first thing in the morning for hormone synthesis. Now, when I wake up at 4:45, there is no sunlight. So it dawned on me at the end of May, the beginning of June, even though it was getting lighter earlier, it dawned on me like, oh my gosh, Jessica, pop on your red light mask in the morning right before you head downstairs to make your lemon ginger tonic. And then when you make your protein coffee, pop on your red light mask as I'm waiting for the kettle to warm up, as I'm pouring the lemon ginger tonic, as I wait for it to cool down for like 1 or 2 minutes to drink it. It's exactly 10 minutes and I'm getting the red light into my eyes, which helps with that hormone production earlier in the day, and it helps to reset the circadian rhythm. And it was like, boom, light bulb moment. So that's why I say I'm using the red light mask at least 5 days per week, because when I was just using it at night, I was definitely using it 3 times per week. And so because we're coming off of the summer months, I'm trying to be really good about sun protection on my chest, because I am a side sleeper, and so I have noticed those vertical lines. I'm actually a stomach sleeper, but I start on my side, and I've noticed the vertical lines from the years in the Hex and in the tanning bed that I did in the 90s and early 2000s when I was going to the tanner 7 days a week. And so, you know, in 2001, I wasn't the best to my skin doing all of that. So I do notice these vertical lines, but this has been amazing. And in addition to that, glandularly, wearing this around our neck, right here, one, by our thyroid, of course. Girls, this is amazing red light for happy, healthy hormones, for hormone production, and wearing the mask on your face for the HPA axis. There isn't a ton of research yet, but it is most definitely emerging about the use of red light therapy for our glandular system. And in addition to that, I've also talked about my sluggish lymphatic system. So here, there are some really important pockets of lymph nodes. Getting that red light onto these very sensitive areas is absolutely unbelievable. So I'm going to hop into the shower, and then I will show you girls how I wear the red light therapy mask before heading to bed. But I really, really, really love it in the morning for the red light, and then dunking my face into the ice water. It just helps me feel so sharp and so productive first thing in the morning. You can use my code to save 15% on anything on Bon Charge's website, but I'm telling you, this neck and chest mask is just completely not only leveled up from a vanity perspective, the way that my skin looks, but I absolutely love knowing from a deep-rooted cellular function all of the incredible things that I'm doing for my body, especially in this beautiful sensitive area, whether it be first thing in the morning or right before bed. So feel free to take a peek in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment for my link and my discount code. So I want to thank you girls so much for watching today's video, and welcome to cozy season. And I hope that you enjoyed the cozy and the productive vibes today. And if you liked today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click, that way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.